Revival and Great Awakening. Isaiah 52 verses 1 to 6. Awake, awake Zion. Put on your garments of splendor, Jerusalem, the holy city. Shake off your dust. Rise up, sit enthroned, Jerusalem. Free yourself from the chains on your neck, daughter of Zion, now a captive. It's been 70 years in Babylon. Those who went as little boys are now old men in their gray hair. Those born in exile are now old with grandchildren. People have lived in such a broken life for more than 6 decades. Jerusalem lays in ruins, and the people of Israel feel abandoned and disheartened. The waiting for freedom has been extremely long, and people have given up on hope. This chapter begins with a call to Zion, which is Jerusalem, to wake up, rise up, and prepare for God's salvation after 70 years have elapsed. He calls Jerusalem to rise from slumber of despair, to rise and put on strength, to stand again with confidence and dignity. It is time for restoration. Biblical patterns of awakening have been amazing over the years. Throughout Scripture, revival often follows a pattern below. Season of spiritual decline, when men begin to fall away into deeper sin and the moral fabric of society is eroded. A cry to God for help, when man begins to notice his sin and cry for mercy. When man realizes he was sold into slavery of sin for nothing. Then, the last stage, God's intervention and awakening happens. From scholars of revival, there has been 5 great spiritual awakenings that have shaped the spiritual landscape of the world. Spiritual awakening is a divine visitation that stirs the church from its traditions, restores holiness, and ignites a passion for God's mission. In 1730 to 1740, we saw the first Great Awakening led by Jonathan Edwards and George Whitefield. Thousands came to Christ and the churches were multiplied as revival swept across. In 1790 to 1840, the Second Awakening was seen, led by Charles Finley, a God's general prayer. Thousands of people came to the Lord as revival swept across the world. In 1904 to 1905, the Welsh revival happened in England, led by Evan Roberts. This revival was so contagious that churches ran 24/7, yet thousands of people flocked into the churches and filled them. The Azusa Street revival in 1906 to 1915. This was led by William Seymour, and it is believed that there in Los Angeles, the birth of the Pentecostal movement was born, characterized by deeper worship, fervent prayers, and miraculous healing. Lastly, the East African revival in 1930. This was begun by the Anglican movements swept across East and Central Africa. In Rwanda, it began in Gihini, a place led by Simeon Sigambi and Joe Church. Today, its impact makes Africa the continent with the largest number of Christians in the world, coupled with other revivals that have happened on the continent. Over 600 million Christians live on the continent of Africa, and it is believed to be the largest population of Christians on any continent in the world. It is also believed that Africa and Asia will spearhead the end-time revival and global awakening. Awake, Africa. Awake, Uganda. Clothe yourself with strength. As I come to my summary, the church is dying on its feet because it's not living on its knees. It takes bended knees to raise a straightened generation. Revival is witnessed when God visits people, restores them, and releases them into fullness of His blessings. Therefore, my people shall know my name. Therefore, in that day, they shall know that it is I who speaks to them. Thank you for listening. Patrick, Living Word Community. God bless you.